victory all in my eyes. Enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued.
All right, I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Let's do it.
Pick a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down.
We've got high hopes for this It's Nigel Benn that... It's Kell Brook.
This bout is...
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Good defense on that right hook. Throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses.
This
fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
The straight right just misses. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about being in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell,
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They're going to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Beautiful counter shot. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Nice punch. That uppercut just missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about being in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too...
And there's the bell to start round three. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. And he just missed with that left jab. Nice counter shot. Another scoring shot there. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about winning that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope the judges...
Back at it in round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. Right punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about winning that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Get back out there and win the round.
On to the 5th we go. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. It's bombs away. No rest for the weary. Are we about to see Kell Brook go down? Nice, very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. That was almost a 10-8. On to the 6th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Good counter punching. They're both trying for a knockout. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land.
Middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable in the ring.
And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Here comes round 7. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Catch and shoot. Quick punch scores. That counter punch caught him clean. And he scores with the counter. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised?
Trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
Straight right just misses. A perfect counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. They exchange punches. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. And we enter the 8th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Good defense with that left jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The straight right just misses. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
That uppercut doesn't land. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That's it, a unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
Made of stone, we're just palaces made out of flesh and bone, waiting for our time to shine, to come home. Lord, please bless my castle of sand, waiting on a battle sword, handle all in my hand. The war force is mortal with my door with demands, more important than the fortune that you poured in my pan. From freestyling to recording advance, can you please reinforce all my borders and bands? I should've put it towards some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants. Normally ignoring the branch is par for the course, but when you hold a culture you can't parkour over a part. You gotta march forth over your art and for your fans. When you corner, gotta shorten your stance. Lessen your tails, Philly shell, don't orbit a dance. You hit a bell, then report to the band and do whatever that the chorus commands. And for the grand, talented all along. Think with fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone. Made out of flesh and bone. Waiting for our time to shine, to come home. Lord, please bless my mansion of cards. If ever challenged, let us camp in the car. Or hang a hammock from a branch in the park. A planet made of uninhabited parts. Being anonymous don't grant you some dark. Even astronomers keep a camera on Mars. Satellite to track where you are and see you black as night, attack it with sparks. Fireworks are not a match for a star, and fire hurts, burns, blackens, and scars. Can still emerge, learned, attractive and charged from out the ashes of galactic barrage. Yeah, it gets savage where they traffic mirage. It ain't no magic day in back of its secret hatches and frauds. You gotta take it back to the start. You gotta tap and learn to rap from the heart. Yeah, yeah. Talented all along. Think with fortress
bless my palace of bones. My soul call my skeleton home, it's on the phone. Get a receiver back to Tyrone. We made a pact, I'm going back home. Yeah, pack my bag, stagger back to the zone. With a bag full of daggers I've thrown. I'm like my own masochist, slash my wrist with a poem. And when I'm gone, don't tamper with a sample my songs unless you strong. Bicep emojis in the group chat, 5 sets of burpees, don't disturb me if the booth black. I'm going through it, got a bunch of baggage on my roof rack. I have a lot of habits that produce that. They gon' put they tag on it. My condolences to the fast moments. Hope the solar system assists my slow emission and put some lag on it. Window to my soul peering inside the crib where my spirit resides. Lyrics are die.
Pick a side, will you live, will you die, will you quit, will you try, sweating eyes, who am I, champion till I die, every morning, every night, boy I gotta look alive, now you can hear the crowd going